Boom, we're here. I heard an
Boom
echo.
shakalaka.
I think I heard an echo.
Is it the
Was that an
sound? Is it the voices in your head?
Probably the voices in my head, yes. After the weekend that I've been through, it probably is. So
Yeah, I like how I told you I just almost blew up. And you're like, it's always something.
it's always something. Every time we're about to get on here, something goes
happens.
wrong. It's either Facebook fucking things up, or one of the mics doesn't work, or the headphones audio, or there's a delay.
So that's my bulb. I plugged it in because I just leave it on, and it's behind my monitor, and I plugged it in, and like the lights start flickering, and I hear "chow meow." I'm like, oh my god! Like I was afraid to touch it, but I unplugged it real quick.
Nice.
I don't know what protocol in those situations is.
Just blow shit up, man. For those of you who are listening, like she has one of those bulbs for the lighting, and it just blew up. And she sent me a picture. I just completely ignored it because I was like, ugh, again. You know, I'm just used to it. Every time we try to do this show, something goes wrong. Like we're like, okay, we're gonna start at 8 or whatever it is, and then next thing you know, it's like 45 minutes later of just trying to get it going. But I do have to say, besides the bulb blowing up, it was smooth, easy, and we were both on time, which is amazing on itself.
Both of us, that's like a miracle.
Absolutely. So, with that said, besides, yes, I'm drinking my LaCroix. I don't care what people are saying. People are full of shit, and lawyers just want money. I mean, again, it's one of those things that people believe anything on the internet. Okay? That's lawyers trying to just do a lawsuit. That's pretty much what it comes down to, so they can pocket 40% of whatever the settlement is. Those ingredients are in a bunch of the other things and fruits and stuff like that. It's just the naming and what it's used for to make it seem like it's like poison. If we come down to it, everything's fucking poison. Everything kills you if you take it under moderation. If you drink too much water, you can die. Remember that lady who died? Like
water intoxication.
Yes.
Pretty much overrun your blood. But they should, like, things like this are good checks and balances, I guess, because companies making tons of money, you would think that they could better monitor, their supply. And
oh yeah, I mean, there's rules and regulations that everybody has to follow. Now,
I did like how Martin, one of our first real guests, threw total shade at LaCroix. They said they were not natural at all,
but he was ragging on the fact that it wasn't natural spring water, and I'm pretty sure LaCroix never has marketed themselves as "quote unquote" natural spring water. They mean natural,
all natural. But their water is basically filtered city. It is filtered city water, I guess, but it's not. It doesn't come from a natural source. But I guess natural ingredients like the effervescence and the flavor is all natural.
Yeah, that's what they mean by that. And anybody that, shit, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, my lighting, I'm like, tell me if it looks crazy, because I just kind of rigged it up right now after my mishap.
No, but what I was saying is, sorry, it's like work came through. I'm dealing with people on the West Coast. But what was I saying? I just went blank. Sorry. I shouldn't have my phone in front of me. This is not professional.
We were talking about LaCroix.
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure that they never have marketed themselves as like a spring water, natural spring water. It's just natural in the sense of like, there's no sugar. Natural. There's no sugar. That's pretty much, I mean, that's what I get the messages from. But I'm not an idiot. So I know it's not from a spring, spring in the middle of like the Swiss Alps that's flavored with, citrus or whatever the hell it is. Like
mineral rocks.
Exactly. So
it's like the Pepsi of waters, I guess, but it's still, at least it's water and not sugary.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, LaCroix is what's got me completely away from Coca-Cola and like soda in general. Like I used to drink lots of soda. And then, the older I got, I cut it down by like only at dinner or only at lunch. And, it was only one Coca-Cola here, one Coca-Cola there, but never throughout the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. Very rare. And then once I started drinking LaCroix, it's like I just stopped. Because with me, I just hate regular water. Regular water has no flavor, which
it's so basic.
It's super basic. That's filtered water though. Once you start
throw a lemon
dipping,
in it.
yeah, once you start dipping into like the natural spring waters that our friend talks about, that's a whole different story. You discover a whole new world. So
it is, and I feel like I did. Like I gave up soda. I mean, I think I was like 15 for Lent, and I was like, you know what? Like, let's see how long I can go. And I just never went back. But until I discovered, like, I never liked mineral water. And I thought it was like, oh my God, like old people drink this for heartburn or something. I don't know what it's for, but it's disgusting. And 2 years ago, I don't know what happened to me. I fell in love.
No.
And
I've actually had Coca-Cola for the first time on Saturday in what has to be at least over almost a year. Oh, wow. Like even when I was working on the Crow, I would still go to a restaurant and order a Coke here and there. That's it.
Yeah. But, I'll take sips every once in a while, I guess. When I buy soda for Jeff and just for the house in general, I buy like Blue Sky. It's like the all natural soda. But it tastes the same. It's good. Like real sugar and.
Yeah. Well, I used to love Coke. I never thought it was like super sweet. I mean, obviously it's sweet, but I never thought it was super sweet. And I got to tell you, man. And this was fountain Coke that I had. So fountain Coke is different than a can and everything else because, you know, it's the good stuff. And it was so sweet and syrupy. Like, because it's been so long since I've had it that it tasted just like
pure sugar syrup.
Yeah, it was like pure sugar syrup. Yeah. Yeah. But I was eating pizza, so you can't go wrong with that.
So that is the perfect complement to pizza, I think. Like, I love just a big cup of crushed ice. And like, you know, only this tiny bit of soda can fit in the glass because you have so much ice.
Oh, you got to fill up with ice all the way up. You don't do half, you don't do 3/4. You fill it with ice all the way up.
All the way. With a slice of pizza, perfect.
But you got to be careful though, because if you're doing Coca-Cola, okay, so here, there's a method to the madness. So the way I used to do it is that if you're doing a glass with ice filled to the top, and you keep your Coca-Cola cans in the fridge, if you pour the Coca-Cola on top of that ice, the foam is going to stick to it. And then there's no foam. It's going to be flat by the time.
And you get this you get this yummy, like almost slush from the foam that freezes.
But it's flat. It flattens the flavor out. You don't have that spice, frizzy, you know, what do you call it? The fuzzy stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I call it too. Spiky or fuzzy.
Yeah. But if you keep your Coca-Cola in the pantry like I used to, and then you do the ice, but you gotta wait for the ice to melt just a little bit because you don't want the foam sticking to it, and then you pour. But you gotta tilt like a beer, and then it doesn't fuck with the fuzz at all, and that's like it tastes just like McDonald's Coca-Cola, which is the best in the world. It's been tested. Yes, the way they have it, what do you call it? Calibrated in their machines. It's like a special mix that Coca-Cola did for them, and it's like perfect. And it's like, you know, people who love Coca-Cola will tell you it's like the best tasting in the world. I love it. But
yeah, because it's different. Coke, because it comes in like bags just of syrup, and then you mix it with the carbonation. And yeah, that's the perfect mixture. I haven't been at McDonald's in forever, but I remember.
Oh, dude, I picked out all weekend. We went to Disney World. I haven't been to Disney World since, I don't know, at least 10 years.
You guys look like mom and dad left the kids at home and like you just went and had like a blast at Disney World.
It was awesome. I can tell you right now though, man, at this age, now I realize what people were telling me. It's like, oh, if you're going to have kids, you better do it young because you won't be able to keep up. I'm like, I'll work out. I'm healthy. Like, I'll be fine. Dude, after the first day, the second day, my feet were swollen. Like literally. Like Nicole looked at it, she's like, oh my God. And I have like this huge blister on one of my toes. Well, here's what happened. So I haven't been to Disney World since I used to live in Orlando when I grew up over there. So it's been at least 10 years. All right. And one of the main reasons I haven't gone back is because now I have no patience and there's no way in hell you're going to pay me enough money to sit in line for 2.5 hours. It's not fucking happening.
There's just way too many people.
Yes. But I already know most of the rides. I've done them all over and over and over again. So I'm not going to sit for 2.5 hours to go and Splash Mountain. It's just, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it. It's just, no, it's not happening. Well, the way I was talked into going back was that for those of you that don't know, which I didn't even know because I don't keep up with this stuff, now they have this thing called fast passes, right? Mm-hmm. So if you stay at one of the resorts, which we did, and you book your fast passes in advance, 60 days in advance, you can pick the rides and you're like pretty much get on right away. So we picked ours. Yeah. So we didn't have to do lines. It was like literally that 20 minutes to get on every ride that we went. And I know all the good rides because I grew up over there. And there's only...
I've never had a good experience with Fast Pass because everybody else gets a Fast Pass. It's not that much more expensive. So, I mean, that's been my experience.
When you book it though, so if you stay at the resort, like we did, 60 days in advance, we booked the best rides right away. So the way we worked it is, okay, since I know the park's like the back of my hand still, because I used to go so many times, it's like, all right, so for example, Magic Kingdom. We go to Magic Kingdom and I was like, obviously we're going to do Space Mountain, the train ride. I can't remember the name.
Caribbean, I saw that. I remember, right, everything is the same.
Yeah. It's all the same. So I already knew these are the rides that we need to get fast passes from. And the other ones, we just got to get there early in the morning and knock them out right away as soon as they open the park. And it worked out. The only thing is that, when I used to go, I'm like, I'm going to wear sandals because sandals are comfortable. And I'm like, because I used to go and then just you walk in, you go to the ride, and then you go to the first ride, and then you go to the next and the next. And you kind of go in a horseshoe type of shape. You go around the park in a circle in order, right? That's how I used to like to do it. But now with the fast passes, you got to go from Space Mountain to Splash Mountain. And of course, they're complete opposite sides of the park. And you have to get, I think one day, like Nicole had her, her thing that counts the steps or whatever. And we were like past 40,000 steps by the afternoon, by like 3 p.m. It was insane. It was insane. So that was cool. And then the first thing that we did that I've never done before was the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, which that was awesome. You basically hop around it's like you're a bar crawl. Yeah, country to country. So that was really cool. You get to eat all this food and get to drink all kinds of shit.
That sounds so miserable to me though. Like at an amusement park, maybe because I just ride the rides the whole time, but like eating and drinking and then having to walk around.
Well, Epcot was different because we did, you're not in a hurry. So you're just like, you start at one country and then you just go to the next. You're not going running around back and forth all over the park. You're just going one to the other, one to the other, one to the other.
Even after eating dinner, I couldn't walk. Like, I mean, I know you're not stuffing yourself, but the last thing I want to do is put food and exercise together.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but when you're tasting, so you're not sitting down having this huge heavy meals. So like, for example, Australia is just like a lamb chop, but it's like, I don't know. I mean,
like a tiny little piece of a lamb chop.
Yeah, it's like a normal, when you go to a restaurant, you order
like
lamb
a tease.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And of course, it's expensive as hell, but it's worth it. And it was a good time. Yeah. It was fun. The one that was kind of depressing. It was it used to be MGM, and now it's called Hollywood Studios, and it's just like that was dead. Like that park is completely run down. But I mean, they're about to redo the whole thing. They're building a whole Star Wars attachment to it, so that's going to revive it.
So is that similar to Universal Studios? Because they have a Universal Studios in California.
Yeah.
And it's still Universal Studios. So now that one in Florida is, what did you say it was called?
Well, it's Universal Studios and Hollywood Studios, which used to be MGM. So it's
okay.
That one, they closed a lot of attractions. Like, I don't remember. That one was the one that hit me pretty hard. I'm like, shit, I don't remember like 3/4 of this park. Like, I remember, the Tower of Terror and Indiana Jones show and, Star Tours, which was Star Wars. So that was cool. But as far as like the park itself, I didn't remember, the actual park. Like I walked in Magic Kingdom and I knew exactly where I was at and I knew where everything was at right away. Like everything just came back to you. Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't need a map. I knew exactly where to go. But Hollywood Studios is just like, I'm like, I don't know where to go. What?
Universal Studios and Hollywood Studios are different, I guess.
Yeah, Universal's it's its own park and they have Islands of Adventure as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Universal has like Harry Potter Land, which I want to go so bad because I've never been either. So, and that looks super cool. But yeah, I mean, the only thing, yeah, I mean, they're building like Star Wars, land there, so that's gonna be crazy when they open that up. That's gonna be nuts.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, fast passes for the win, man. So if you're gonna, I don't know. I mean, mad props to whoever has kids and has done Disney with kids, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to do that.
Time and money, it's crazy expensive. I'm the person that hits every single ride, even now, like all around the whole circle. Mm-hmm. Like I'll spend literally all day there just riding rides, and then
me too.
I'm sick and I feel like throwing up, and my brain's unattached from my spine. But
I love this super cheesy animatronic rides. Those are my favorite. So there's this like super cheesy ride that I made Nicole go on. It's called the Carousel of Progress, and it has like this super cheesy. Yeah, it's the Carousel of Progress, and it has like this cheesy ass song, and it's basically it walks you through from the turn of the century to the 40s, the 60s, and 70s to like modern time. But it's what do you call it? It's a show with animatronics. And, the women, they move it so crappy because they're old. They're like from the 70s, And it's like, I love it.
It sounds like a rehab ride.
Yeah. No, it's the original. It was actually the last ride that Walt Disney designed. So they're not touching it. It's still
No, I'm saying it sounds like a rehab program. Like, what is it? The Carousel of Progress. It sounds like a step in a rehab program.
Why? It's like, it does. Now that you mentioned it that way, it's like, yeah. You're going to start here and you're going to leave drugs and you're going to get better and blah, blah, blah.
And you're going to take the Carousel of Progress.
I can't remember this song. This song is hilarious. Anyway, man, there's so much going on because we didn't do a show last week. You were gone. What else? Dude, today it's like, I don't want to talk politics, but the whole Kenya thing, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how is this real? How is this real? How?
This is
like, how does that happen?
Of our politics in the United States is just crazy. And like,
it's not even politics at this point. It's a circus. It's like, really?
It's a circus.
Like, we're supposed to be the most powerful nation in the world, the most respected nation in the world. And then there's a fucking circus going on at the Oval Office. Like,
you have a reality TV show star and a rapper talking politics. But Kanye, I'm pretty sure he's off his meds. But he always gets this way around the anniversary of his mother's death, which I never really paid that much attention. And I heard someone mention it recently that, it was the anniversary of his mother's death. And I was like, well, he went cuckoo around this time last year. And I think that's when his wife got like robbed or something in Paris. But he was already going through some crazy things. But apparently he always gets this way around this time of year.
Maybe he just gets off the meds and just does whatever. I seriously think he's like,
Kanye. That's what he said.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's bipolar or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Something is definitely going on, but he's off in his own little world. And at first I used to think it was this like genius portion of him, and he's just a musical expert and just a genius. And
I mean, he's good lyrically. Chat song. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. That's the song that's stuck in my head, and I don't remember the rest. Yes, I mean Kanye. All right, Kanye's just like the greatest troll ever. Dude. Like, I really think he's just trolling everybody, and he's just getting a kick out of it. He's like, how the fuck am I gonna fuck with people today? I think he just wakes up and thinks that in a way. Like, he has to.
Part of it is pure narcissism, I think. Like, he just thinks everything he does and says is just amazing. Like, I was reading something. No, I watched a clip. While I was scrolling. I was on hold forever with QuickBooks. But I saw a video and I was like, whatever, I'm going to watch it. Because it's like, Kim and Kanye are going to get a divorce. So it's like, yes, miserable.
Of course you
I want one of them to be miserable. But so she's like bitching about how he tries to control her Instagram. He's like, don't post that. It like looks like shit. It's tacky. You've got to post 4 Polaroids in a row, or like that picture won't go good with this next one that you're about to post. Don't do it. Like, he's just got OCD so terribly bad as far as things needing to be his way. So I don't know if that's artistic or narcissism. I think it's a little bit of both.
I mean, I like some of his music. He's just a troll, man. It's like, it's entertaining for sure. So whatever.
Yeah.
What was he doing there anyway? They were doing some kind of bill for music, or what was it?
I think I didn't read too much into it. I just know that he wanted Kaepernick and Trump to sit down together, which is the dumbest thing he wore. Yeah, like, can you imagine? But it's funny to me that Trump puts so much thought into what Kanye says. Like, he is an expert in politics or something. Let's be honest, neither of them have no idea what the hell they're talking about when it comes to politics, period. No. But Kanye was on SNL last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess, and wore like a MAGA hat and a Kaepernick sweater. Mm-hmm. And everything went great. Everyone said they had fun all week. He wore the hat all week. But at the very end of the show, he came back out on stage and gave this like spoken word rant about how...
I just saw the picture of him dressed as a Perrier bottle, and I just started laughing my ass off. Oh my gosh. That was hilarious. That's amazing. Like, that's amazing. Come on. You cannot not laugh at that. Okay.
He was pushing his face up the whole time. Even he was laughing at himself.
Yeah, why would I? Like, how could you not?
And then what's funny is that following week, they had a girl named Aquafina on, and she's like, I was going to come dressed up as a water bottle, but somebody already did that.
That's pretty funny. Talking about entertainers, and this happened like 2 weeks ago, I think. So apparently Kiss is retiring again, and they're doing their farewell tour. It's like, no one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares. Like, seriously. Like, that is one of the most overrated, shittiest bands right next to fucking the Beatles. Like, the only thing that made them popular back in the day is that they were the only ones who dressed up as makeup and put up like they had to do a theater show to get attention. Let's put it that way.
It was like edgy or look at me.
Yeah. This is how shitty your music is, that you have to fake blood coming out of your mouth on stage and pull out your fucking long ass tongue. Take that shit away. There was no talent. There's no talent in that band. Like,
I could not name one Kiss song. Not one.
I can. Rock and Roll All Night or Detroit Rock City or whatever.
Oh yeah. Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. That's it.
Yeah. But they're shitty songs. There's nothing special about those songs. There's no like badass solos or anything like that. It's just kids. You know, it was like Barney back in the day, basically.
Exactly. Like, they make commercials or music for commercials.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And they dressed up. So kids are like, dude, when I was a kid, listen, what sold me on Iron Maiden albums wasn't the music itself. It was the cover with Eddie on it, like the monster coming at you. I'm like, that is so badass. So that's what made them popular back in the day. And then they turned into a bunch of fucking divas, like most bands do. And then they've just been fighting for the past like 30 years. It's pathetic. And then you got Gene Simmons.
Is cockier than Kanye West, and he's so gross. He's never been hot. Never been smart. Good at music.
He's smart. I'll give him that. He's very smart. I will give him that all day long. But
smart with what?
Like he's very smart. Like you listen to him speak and talk about, you know, just business in general, the industry or whatever it is. He's a very well-spoken guy. He's a very smart guy, obviously. I mean, I think he's,
maybe as far as that aspect, I think he's really, because he says some pretty stupid stuff. Like he came out
because he's cocky. He's super cocky. He thinks like,
they were like,
you know,
unintelligent things. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he said dumb shit, but I'm talking about like business side of things. He's very smart. Okay. Like the way he deals with that shit. And he's the one who's in charge of all the fucking Kiss merchandise. Like they have a product for everything. It's ridiculous.
Somebody has to be, yeah.
You know, they're buying it. You know, if people wouldn't buy it, they wouldn't do it. But his hair. It's like, what's going on with that fucking hair, dude? It's like, shave that shit off. Or like, you have all the money in the world. Go get like nice hair done. Even, dude, Cardi B has better hair than you. Beyonce has perfect hair. How does your hair not like, it looks like a mop? I wish I could post a picture right now so people could see it, because
it looks
everybody
like
knows what his hair looks like.
Yeah, thinning pubes. If you can imagine thinning pubes, that's what they look like.
Yes, it's pubes on his head. That's exactly what it looks like. It's like somebody cut pubes and just grabbed them and glued them to his head. That's exactly what his fucking face looks like. And he has like 2 kids who are like, you know, and his wife's hot as hell. Like I forgot her name, but she was in Playboy in the whole 9 yards, and they've been together forever. Shanon Tweed, I think it's her name.
Sounds right. She's like extremely augmented.
Yeah, which is hot in my world. So
It is.
yeah. Anyway, but they have 2 kids. The kids are young. I mean, they're in their 20s now, I'm assuming. Like, don't the kids say that, like, Dad, shave that shit off? Like, no one in his family tells him his hair looks like pubes. Like, if that was my dad, I'd be like, Dad, we got to do something about this, man.
Please. I will
Like,
not
I
go
will
out in
not.
public with you.
No, I will not let you go out in public looking like that. There's no
And then
way
it's
in
like
hell.
he took a black can of like spray paint from Home Depot and just colored it right in.
He needs to go to his barber if he has one. I don't think he has a barber. He probably has like some salon in Beverly Hills that he goes to. And they're like, yeah, your hair looks great, Gene.
He has way too much money to be walking around looking like that.
I wonder what he would look like with a shaved head.
I wonder what he looks like first thing in the morning, like when he wakes up.
Oh my God, his hair has to be like a mop of shit. I don't know what. Like, what do you think it looks like? I didn't even want to know. I didn't want to picture it.
I bet he has to color it in every morning. Like, that's what it looks like. That's how black it is.
Okay, I can't knock on that. That's, whatever. Because if I start getting like a lot of gray hairs, I'm going to start dyeing my hair. I admit it. I admit to it. I'm going to do it. I don't want salt, pepper hair, whatever the fuck it's called.
I think you can pull that off. That looks good.
Everybody tells me that, but I don't want it, man. I still have my brown hair. I have a couple like straight white hairs here and there, but it's like, no, man, that shit just ages you like 10 years right away. And
so there's nothing wrong with coloring. No, you'll be distinguished with black or like salt and pepper. But no, Gene Simmons has straight up like, I dip my hair in shoe polish every day, like every morning. This is like covering it in shoe polish.
It does look like shit. Talking about barbershops, man, that's the other thing. So fucking last week, I went to go get a haircut. Okay. I hate barbershops. This is why. Because one, I want to go in there and get out. Like, I don't want to go in there and, as soon as you sit down, the fucking all they want to talk about is sports and all this. I'm like, I don't watch, dude, for the 50th time. You've been cutting my hair for years now. I don't watch sports. Like, I don't care, like, I don't know any of this shit. So that's, of course, the first conversation that's annoying right off the bat. And then, like, if you show up, and, you try to use the same guy because he cuts your hair fine. But if you're in a hurry, like they give you a dirty ass look. If you just want to pick the right next person who's open, I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not going to wait for 3 people to get a haircut. Like I got shit to do. Like I just want to go in and out. That's it.
Yeah. It's not like they're doing something extraordinary for you to wait for them. Like everybody does the same thing. They're not giving you like a discount, like.
No, like you just cut my hair and don't fuck it up. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So I went in there and the guy had like literally 3 guys in front of me. So I'm like, I need to get a haircut. I'm not going to wait. So there's this new guy that just started, and I can tell it was new because he's never been there before. He's like, oh, yeah, I can do it. It's like, all right, cool. So what do you want? So I tell him, blah, blah, blah. Completely fucks up my head. Like I walked through there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like I asked him just like, and this is my own goddamn fault because the guy barely spoke English and I spoke to him in English and I knew he was fucking Cuban. So I could have just told him in Spanish what I wanted, right? But just out of habit, I was just told him what I wanted in English, right? I didn't think about it. And I was on my phone the rest of the time. So I was just like, he didn't try to talk to me or whatever because we don't know each other. So it was great. It was like,
he probably just said yes. Yes. Yeah, when you told him what you wanted.
He's like, yes. I'm like, cool. So usually I go, just fade it, one, top, spike it up, messy. That's it, right? So what does he do? He fucking does that thing that it's popular right now where they cut the line here and then it's like a half mohawk to the side. And I'm like, I look up after he's done. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't have the head for this shit. Like, I don't have the type of head for this. Like, why? He said, well, that's what you wanted. I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. No. I was like, I wanted, blah, blah, blah.
This is what I told you.
Yeah, and then I went off on him in Spanish because I was fucking pissed. And I was like, dude, like, really? And completely fucked up my hair. So
has it grown out yet?
Almost. It's getting there. I mean, luckily my hair grows out fast. But I got to let it grow some more so it evens out. But so I still paid. I didn't make a scene, like a huge scene, because I go there all the time. I'm like, it was like a Larry David moment. Like, okay, I can throw one of my fits here and like raise hell and get my free haircut, but I come here all the time. It's convenient because it's literally right next to my gym, so I can get
Screw that up.
Yeah, go in there, get a haircut, and go straight to the gym. Come home and take a shower, right? Because you don't want to walk around with your hair all over you. It's annoying. So I didn't throw a fit. I didn't make a scene out of it because obviously I want to come back, and so I still paid or whatever. But it sucks, man. Tell me in the comments how does it's like, what do you do? Like as a guy, you can shave your head or mine grows super quick. So I'm like, I just got to deal with it for like a week or two. And I work from home, so whatever, who cares? Like, and if I go out, I can just put a hat on.
Yeah.
But what's the worst thing that has happened to you with your hair? Like, have they ever fuck up your hair beyond repair?
I had a friend recently. Well, he's not my friend. I know him. His mother posted. He's a little bit younger than us, but his mother posted a picture of him. I guess he box dyed his hair. Like he's off going to college right now, and he, I guess, decided to dye his hair, and it turned out more orange. And people are like, shave it, shave it, shave it. And he's got fairly, like, your hair is not super short. It's established. I'm like, why is everybody, like, is that the only option for guys? Because if I screwed my hair up, I'm not going to shave my hair.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna shave it. Just Nicole.
I would love to shave my hair someday. Like, just start all over. Obviously, I would never like rock a bald head, but I just want to see what my hair. I mean, it would probably grow back like frizzy or kinky or super thin, I'm afraid, but it'd be kind of cool to start from scratch.
Let's see your Photoshop talents in the comments. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Do a Photoshop of Shanon without hair.
I'm wearing a ponytail right now, so I kind of look bald.
Yeah.
By the way, I ordered these things. I shouldn't look down like that. It gives me like a super highway forehead. But this thing,
your forehead looks huge.
It is huge.
It looks like a Fitbit. To the people who are listening and not watching, it looks like a Fitbit on her hair.
It's called a Pony-O. I just discovered them. Well, actually, I saved it in my Instagram feed somewhere like forever ago, and I just found it. But they're pretty cool. It is like a Fitbit, but you just put it on your hair, flatten it. I'm not going to get into like the girly details for you, but if you have like any kind of hair, thick, thin, curly, whatever, these are amazing if you get ponytail headaches.
We got people jumping in here. So John, what is John saying? If I go in and my regular hairstyle is not available, I'll ask the front desk person. I'll say, okay, I need someone who's really good at cutting hair.
I'm afraid to use that tip. That's actually a really like simple, common, it makes sense. Yeah. But it's so hard for women to find hairstylists. I am going through that problem right now. So I've had two great ones that I was loyal to go to rehab. And one.
That's the other thing. Why are hairstylists all fucking insane? They're all nuts. Back in the day, every hairstylist that I dated, or the ones that I even know now, they're all fucking crazy. They're all nuts. Like, what is it about hairstylists that are all crazy? Like, I don't get it.
I think it's because they have to listen to all of our bullshit or everybody else's bullshit. Like when they're cutting hair and whatnot, a hairstylist or someone doing a service is kind of like a therapist to a lot of people.
So it's like the bartender, but without the booze.
Exactly. But it's kind of like you're still getting a high or a buzz because you're getting refreshed. But it is so hard. I cannot find. So the other person, right when I decided like, hey, I want to use you, like you're amazing, I love your work, he just went on a hiatus. So he's taking some personal time. And I was like, I have no idea what to do. Maybe I will shave my head because I just get like subpar work. You go and you spend $300 to $400. Like I have really long, thick hair. And I've never dyed it until like last year. So it takes some time. I mean, maybe if my hair was like not so dark too, it would be
I remember
better,
one time I remember one time I paid my ex. I went with her to get her hair done or whatever. Or I didn't stay there, but like, I went with her. I went to I don't remember. I went to do something else. It was her birthday. That's what it was. So I was like, I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? And then I get to the fucking, first of all, it took like 2.5 hours to get done or whatever.
At least.
It was. Yeah. And then I remember, I'm like, oh, I'll pay for it. And it was like $350. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's a haircut. Like,
I'm sure there was no hesitation on her part to say, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Well, no. She didn't know that. I mean, that was her usual That was her usual bill every time she went to get her hair done. Like, it was nuts. Like, I had no idea. Like,
it's crazy.
No, man. That's
well,
crazy.
I would never pay that much for a haircut. It's cut and color.
Yeah, it was everything, I guess.
It's ridiculous. It's just so much. I could have like box dye hair color, I guess, but I'm never going to do that.
No. I'm talking about people doing their jobs, man. I saw this video that was going viral of like, and let's see how you feel about this, because you have the same type of hatred that I do for quote unquote mommies that think they deserve everything because they had a kid.
Trigger.
Yeah, triggered. You got triggered? So it was a video, and it was this lady that was like ready to pop pregnant, right? And she ordered groceries. She ordered groceries. And what do you call it? She was, I don't know what floor she was in her building. And this is in London. And the delivery guy went up the flight of stairs, whatever, how many, or the elevator or whatever. But then he didn't drop off the groceries at her door because he didn't want to go up the last flight of stairs. And the lady has a crying kid. She's about, you can tell she's about to pop. Like her stomach is just like, you know. And the guy's like, no, I'm not doing it. You can pick it up here. Like he left it. He left the food, like all the groceries, like at the bottom of the stairs. Now, people, I'm one of the greatest haters when it comes to mommies that think they deserve everything just because, you know, somebody dumped it in them and they have a child growing out of them. Like, all right, I hate that as much as most people do. And they have this sense of entitlement. But if I was that guy doing the delivery and this poor woman, it's ready to pop with a crying kid right next to her, she's holding by the hand and just she was asking nicely, she says, can you please just bring it up here for me? Like, I can't, you know, like, you know.
Physically, I need help.
Yeah, physically do it. And the guy like totally refused. Like, that's fucked up, you know?
So,
like,
doing that, was he paid, like a paid delivery guy?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you order, oh, okay. Yeah, that's like messed up.
Yeah, but apparently I read, and I don't know if this is true, but it was in the comments, that the company that he worked for or whatever, like their quote unquote policy is that they only have to go max 3 flights of stairs.
I was just thinking that before you said that, and I was like, that'd be hilarious if they had like a 3-flight max, but that's true.
So apparently that's what they're saying. But listen, before I worked for myself a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I did work for other companies and I broke the fucking rules all the time. But then that's the difference that makes people like me who end up working for themselves and just shitty employees. Like, it's common sense. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like there are some rules that you can break, but customer service since day one of me ever working ever have always been like, it's been ingrained. That's number one, customer service. And that's shitty customer service. Well, I mean, even just being a good person.
Well, the first rules of business is buyers are liars. That's the number one. Buyers are liars. Buyers are liars. Everybody who buys is a liar at some point. So that's cool. Whatever. And then customer service. Yes, I'm all about customer service and taking care of my beautiful, wonderful clients. But there's, you know, the beauty of working for myself is I can say no. And,
oh, yeah. We do that all the time.
Luckily, in the line of business I'm in, I get to pick and choose. I got into a point where I get to pick and choose who I want to work with.
We've fired clients before.
Oh yeah, I fire clients all the time. Yeah. So it's like, it's great. Like, I don't have those issues. But the problem is that some customers think they deserve the world just for no reason whatsoever, and they just try to get free shit.
Exactly.
For example, back to Disney World, we bought a bottle of wine at Epcot, you know, when we were celebrating or whatever. And you know, it was a nice bottle of wine. And what they do is, it's like if you're staying at the resorts, you can tell them to just drop it off at your room or whatever. You don't have to carry it with you. Nice. So on the way out, or you can pick it up on the way out. So on the way out, at the end of the night, I was there and I asked the lady, it's like, we went the back way towards the hotel instead of the main front entrance to leave. And I was like, hey, we need to pick up our bottle of wine. Here's our ticket, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, but it's not here. It's on the other side of the park. She's like,
okay, we'll bring it here.
No, I'd even ask. I was like, ugh. I'm like, okay. She's like, well, what I can do is she's like, I can go, you know, make a call and you know, have it brought to you because obviously you guys are tired. And and I was like, okay, that's nice. Thank you so much. So she calls and they're like, no, we sent it to the hotel. And I was like, that's not what they told us. They told us that they don't send it back to the hotel, that they want you have to pick it up on the way out. So she's like, no, it's in the hotel. Like, whatever. Long story short, comes down to that they never sent it to the hotel. I got stuck. And the next thing you know, we're trying to leave the last park. It's already 5 p.m. I'm exhausted. I got to drive 3.5 hours back, and the bottle of wine is still not back at the hotel.
And you just want your wine, like, when you get there.
Yeah. So at that point, I just want to go home. Like, I'm already, like, I'm sweaty. I'm nasty. This is 3 days of walking around parks. I just need to go home. We have to work the next day. And they couldn't find the bottle. So I'm being nice because I don't want to throw a fit. And they're like, listen, we can give you the money back. I'm like, it's not about the money. It's about the memory of buying the bottle and what we did, and that's what I fucking want. I want the bottle that I bought, you know?
Give me my fucking memories.
Yeah. So long story short, they did find the bottle. And listen, I could have thrown, I know how Disney works. I could have thrown the fit from hell, made a scene, and I could have probably gotten like a, who knows what kind of, how much shit for free, right? But that's not, I know it wasn't like the girl that did it was new, didn't know any better. So, okay, you know, whatever. And then, how many people are in that fucking place that I'm sure it's not easy to find it, right?
But it wasn't just like one person that dropped a ball. It sounds like a chain of people that dropped the ball.
Right. So what am I going to do? Chew out the fucking poor person that's trying to help me on the third day just because the one on the first fucked up? Like, she doesn't deserve that. I'm not going to take it out on her.
Exactly.
And I think that comes with like my rule that like, if you have kids, they have to work at a restaurant or some kind of service industry for at least 6 months so they know how to treat people. So I was like, whatever. They fixed it. I was super happy. And then we went on our way and that was the end of that. But, you know, it's just
Speaking of customer service, so after I heard back from the hotel, we found out that we were sleeping on a bloody mattress at the Marriott. They got back to me one time after I wrote corporate and I never heard back. So I wrote a second email like 2 weeks later and I was like, I'm just really appalled with the complete lack of customer service. It's not even bad customer service at this point. It's zero customer service. So I'm going to go off now on social media and everywhere I can. And I'm going to create like multiple accounts across every like hotels.com, Expedia. And I'm going to post my pictures and my review. And I'm going to call every day just to make myself feel better. Now I want like free stays. Like before I wasn't concerned with getting anything back, getting a discount, nothing. Now I want like a free week at a hotel somewhere.
No, man. I got, and our wedding planner really fucked up. And then she wouldn't take, I remember that. You remember the story. So long story short, she was arguing with me and I was like, you know, you don't want to fuck with me when it comes to this shit. I'm like, I will destroy your fucking business online. I was pissed. I was like, we're not asking for like the world here. We're asking just for you to make things right. You know? And she kept going. I'm like, you do realize all it takes is for me to shoot one single message or an email and have a click farm from India just carpet bomb every single site you own with bad reviews. I will break you in one day. And that's when she like
at this point. I'm pissed.
She's like, well, you just told me what you were going to do. I was like, prove it. You think I mean, I just told you, but it doesn't mean I did it. I'm married to a lawyer, dude. I know what I can say, what I can get away with. So it's like, yeah, I can talk shit all day, but you got to prove that I did it, you know?
Yeah.
All it takes is a VPN and a secure connection, and you can't prove it came from me. But anyway, I didn't do it, obviously. But it's like people don't realize that, man. All it takes is to piss off the wrong person, and you don't know who that person is, and they can destroy your business in like a matter of minutes with stupid reviews, you know?
Yeah, well, that's the road I'm on right now. I mean, I'm not going to just like Marriott, but
dude, there was blood in your mattress. Like that's different, like, you know.
Get back to me,
right?
Answer an email, Jesus.
What I'm getting at is like people, you know, some people are full of shit and they just want something for free, and it's just common sense. It's probably, you know, that. Dude, if I was one of the managers, that would have been taken care of. Like I would have offered you like a free stay or some shit, you know, like right away, no questions asked.
It's not like I'm one of those customers who wants to use an expired coupon, you know, and then they want to speak to the manager anyway.
I think the problem nowadays is like these corporate companies don't give enough power to their employees. Like everything has to be approved by like 50 people. You would think they'll be like, listen, you get this much a month, you know, be smart about it. Don't just give it away to anybody. Just use your fucking head.
Right. Use it with discretion. Like
discretion. Yeah, exactly. But
And the customer is always right. I think we need to put that to bed because it totally sends the wrong message. And that's why customers act entitled, or they want something done yesterday and they want it done for free. And it's like, people, don't be entitled jerks. Like, the person that you're screaming at, they didn't make the rules. They, are just following policy by not letting you use your 20% off that expired 2 years ago. Like, you think they have all the power, or maybe they, the customer. Exactly.
Don't take your anger on me. Dude, I got pulled over on the way to Disney. I got a ticket, a $300 ticket on the way to fucking Disney World.
Nice.
Like, yeah, exactly. And it's like, it was so stupid too, because I use Waze, and Waze is pretty good about letting you know where the cops are at. I love Waze. Yeah, and then I was talking to Nicole, and I stopped paying attention to the phone, and sure enough, I hit that part of 75 where there's nothing, and that's all revenue. They all sit there just waiting to pick somebody up. So of course, I got picked out of the whole thing. I was, I got a ticket for like 98 or 65, whatever the hell it is. But listen, I didn't throw a fit. I wasn't a dick. The cop came around. He's like, you know what you were doing? I was like, I was going the speed limit. He's like, really? He's like, listen, can I just get the ticket? He's like, well, what are you telling me? I'm like, I don't have to say anything. Just give me the ticket and that's it. Sorry.
Let's be done so I can go on my way.
But I was super polite about it, and he gave me my ticket, and I was well on my way, man. Just, I mean, it's that simple. Done. Like, yeah. When you know what you're doing? Nah, I was driving, and that was it.
Yeah. What were you doing, officer? Enjoying a nice dozen of donuts?
No, he was enjoying making revenue for that county, but there's nothing but trees, and somehow they have to make their money. But I got to take it care of. I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's why I wasn't too pissed off about it. What?
Speaking of throwing money away, I guess that's my attempt at a segue. Softbees. I was thinking of money and then money out the window. Thank you.
6 degrees of separation. So money out the window. We hate spending money that doesn't need to be spent. Yes, it sucked, but I wasn't going to let it ruin my fucking weekend. That was my first ticket in I don't know. I didn't remember the last time I had a ticket, actually. That was a long time ago.
I don't want to jinx myself. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But
anyway, what was the segue? What were you going to talk about?
That was the segue. Let's just leave it at that. My good segue. No. So Sotheby's put some art up for auction recently. It was going for $1.4 million. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I watched that. It was awesome.
So speaking of money out the window, as somebody bid on this $1.4 million photo that Banksy, it was a Banksy original. It was a copy, actually, of the balloon girl that he did.
Was it a copy? But he made it. Because there's a video of him making it.
Yeah. So he made it, but it was based off of the balloon girl. As the gavel went down and the auction, I guess, had ended for that photo, it starts going down. There's a shredder built into the frame, and it starts shredding. And these people, once they find out what's happening, the looks on their faces are just amazing. They try to unmount it from the wall, and the photo's half shredded. It's amazing. But Banksy put a remote activated shredder. If it ever went to auction, that's what he had always planned on doing.
Which is cool, and it's awesome, and that's why Banksy is Banksy. That's cool. But, all right, you will think that people are freaking out because, oh my God, it's not going to be, worth anything. Dude, I bet you once that happened, the value went up. Once he puts out a video showing that he did it himself. Now I bet you it's worth even more.
And it is. And he even said that. That's the absurdity that he was trying to prove with the whole piece in the beginning, that he never really he doesn't want his art to go to auction. It did. He said, okay, if it does, this is what I plan on doing. And I know it will go for more. And that's the absolute absurdity of art means nothing. Art is only as expensive as the value that you put on it or whatever somebody is willing to pay for it.
But that goes with anything. So if you're really good at something, you put your value to it. So I think everybody should value their work. So it's but yeah, I mean, I can see how the art,
like a street artist.
Well, this is, okay. So with the art world, and I'm not an expert in art, so I don't want to get, roasted when it comes to this. So I'm going to watch what I'm saying. But, it's when it's somebody like Banksy, I can see the value behind it because there's only one Banksy, and all his shit's, I would say 90% of it's pretty fucking cool. So he can only do so many, right? Now, is there older artists out there? Absolutely. But, you know, he's the one that somehow became famous. So the ones that I don't understand that somehow get millions of dollars is the ones like, okay, I painted a wall blue and put a frame around it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, there's nothing smart about that. I don't care. That's not art. That's stupidity. If somebody's gonna sit there and give you all this money for it, like a Banksy original, that's, you know, looks cool. Like there's this guy I follow on Instagram, and fuck, I wish I could remember his name. He makes like these badass pictures with like, you know, one is Mickey, but it, like Mickey's white part, it's like dollar signs, $100 bills.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, it's about capitalism, you know, and it's like a message. It's about how greedy corporations are, and it's really cool shit. And I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but it's really cool. Like one of his was going for like $1,200, but I was like, I actually thought about buying it, but I'm like, where the hell am I going to put that? But it was really, really cool. So
I'm a big art is subjective person, like, you know, music, art, whatever. Any kind of art is subjective. You don't have to like it, but that doesn't mean it's bad. That what you were just talking about, like a blue wall, or when somebody just puts like a string and like shapes it weird and just like, this is called happiness. And
right,
you know,
that's what I'm saying.
That's ridiculous. Just like I think the artist who draws Pepe in like Renaissance ways is ridiculous. Her paintings go for hundreds and thousands of dollars. Crazy. I think there was one that went for like $1 million, isn't it?
What, with her? No, not with her.
Maybe not her, but
no, hers, like I saw, I was like, oh, those are cute. I want to buy a Pepe for my office. And then I went to like buy it, and it was like, I'm not paying $1,200 for like a, you know, a size of like an 8x10. Like, you're not even the original creator of Pepe. Like,
no,
you're just some Russian chick that, yes, you do have talent, but you're essentially drawing a character that's not even yours.
On like computer paper.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, man. It's not like, it's funny, but it's not, you know,
hundreds of dollars funny.
Yeah, it comes down to valuing your work and whatever. I guess if you're an artist, you can price your shit at whatever you want, you know?
I mean, I'm looking at them right now on Etsy. They go anywhere from $12 to like the most expensive one I'm looking at $1,000 right now. But it's a bad drawing of Pepe naked riding a red horse. I'm sending it to you right now because it's so ridiculous.
Send it to me. But
that was the most expensive one, and it's not even great artistically. Like the artwork is pretty subpar. Here it comes right now. Enjoy.
But at least she gives you options. You know, you can order from like, you know,
it sold
it did. See, I told you someone would buy it.
And it's not a great one. So it's by Pepe Langelo. If you guys want to look these up.
I'm trying to remember this guy that. Oh yeah, that is cool.
It's not as good as her other artwork at all.
That one's,
and that's the most expensive one.
No, I don't like it that much. No, I'm not impressed with that one.
No, that one didn't do it for me, but it's expensive, so it must be nice, right?
No, I like the Pepe the 5th or the 6th. That's one of my favorites.
Those ones are nice, like the Renaissance paintings.
Yes, I love it. But they're small. Like I want a big one. But that one, I mean, dude, she's in Russia for $1,000. That's like $10,000 in Russia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, rich as fuck right now in Russia.
You could probably pay her like in vodka.
Huh?
In vodka, I'm sure she'll work out a deal with you. No, they have the best vodka. Why would they want your American vodka?
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind. I don't know.
I'm surprised that one day she can get sued for it. So I don't know. I'll be interested. I don't think it'll ever happen, obviously, because. Whatever.
I mean, if he would have sued, if the creator of Pepe wanted to sue somebody, he would have sued the alt-right for taking him and making him a white supremacist.
That is true. I don't think he has the rights to to the character. I don't think he ever trademarked or copyrighted it or whatever.
I don't think he was interested. He never wanted to like make money off of Pepe.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, it's admirable, I guess.
I would be cashing in on Pepe. Are you kidding me? I'll be like, I created Pepe. I will be fucking selling out like there's no tomorrow. I will be suing everybody who's using Pepe without my permission. And I will create my own Pepe land with rides, roller coasters, and everything. I'll be like, this is Pepe land.
My car would be wrapped in Pepe. I'd have like art pieces in my yard. You know, I would live in a Pepe world. Like the front of my house, like the facade would be like Pepe's mouth, or in Pepe fashion, it would be his butt. And like the front door would be his butt.
You know, oh my God, I love that character so much, and it was taken away from us. I think one day we might get him back. I mean,
I hope so.
Okay, one of my friends got pissed off at me because I posted a Pepe at one point, or a meme or something. It's like, how can you post that? It's racist. I was like, no. Shut the fuck up. I was posting Pepe's before Pepe became somehow political, and Pepe to me will always be Pepe. I don't look at Pepe as a racist mascot. To me, it's the 4chan Pepe that I've come to love and grown up with. So to me, it's not politics at all.
It's not. And they're trying to, like, whoever took him and tried to force him into that little box failed completely because they're idiots and they don't know meme. They're total normies. And nobody cares what normies have to say.
They don't even know what the history of Pepe is. That's the worst part.
Those kind of people usually don't have too many brain cells as it is, though.
No, they don't. They really don't. That's talking about brain cells. Did you see Cardi B got arrested again? Got arrested.
Yes, she looked great.
She looked fabulous.
She looked amazing. I loved her outfit, and she was like smiling and waving.
Did you see the video that I sent you earlier today where she's like, my thought moves? I told you I'd rely on my thought moves.
Yes, I saw that on Instagram. I have it recorded, so I can just fast forward it. But I think I've seen all the clips I wanted to, because who watches the AMAs anymore?
Yeah.
But yeah, her performance at the AMAs, she did this little, thing on stage and posted a video of her thought days when she was a stripper. And it's what she did at the AMAs almost. That's
awesome. And then talking about memes, man, moth memes have been consuming my life. Like the moth memes, they're everywhere. I love it. Like at first I was like, what the fuck? And then I found out where they came from. I went to the source and I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And then they just blew up. But I think they're like scarce now. It was just like momentarily. Right?
So they were hot in the summer and then it lulled. And I don't know what recently made them come back up again. Like memes just work that way. It's like the stock market. Yeah. They go up and down. You never know.
The meme market.
But it took off again, short period of time. And then they're very scarce now.
Like the more pictures of memes, the more pictures of moth that I saw like horribly photoshopped, which it was the same picture over and over again into all these photoshops. Like it just got like, it became alive. Like I would look at the moth and it's like, I would just start laughing. Like I wouldn't even pay, like without even looking at the rest of the meme, I would just look at the moth picture and I would just start laughing. Yeah, and I would just lose it. It's amazing to me that memes have become such an art form and comedy form that you just look at them and they make you laugh. Like everybody loves memes. I don't care if you're 80. I don't care if you're 10. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80.
Everybody.
Like there's a meme for you. It's like its own. No one owns memes. They just appear out of nowhere. Well, there's a source always, but it's like, it's known that no one owns it. It's just like whoever made it, this is it. It's like once you make a meme, it belongs to the public. And then like Europe is trying to pass. Did they pass the copyright on memes that you can't make memes anymore in Europe?
I heard something about that.
Did it pass? I think it passed. That you can't make memes anymore with copyrighted items. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no one's making money off this shit.
No.
Like, what are you gonna do?
It's for the world.
Yeah, and I love how like some countries in Europe make fun of us for not being free, but last time I checked, we're not getting yelled at for making memes. Like telling that we're not allowed to make memes. Like, come on, it's ridiculous. There's a lot of shit that we get told what to do and it's fucked up. But come on, man, you gonna regulate memes?
You can copyright memes in America, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, because memes are not gonna last. By the time you get your copyright approved, it'll be done.
I mean, get your licensing, and if you want to make t-shirts, there you go. You can make t-shirts off it, you know, and if somebody tries to make a product with your artwork, I get that. But let people share it and have fun.
Yeah, don't make those memes, man. They're gonna send the Boston Dynamic robots after you. Oh, I sent you the newest one today.
Yes.
We're dead, dude. Parkour. We're so dead. Dead. Parkour the fucking thing is doing parkour. Like,
so
I didn't expect
lightly.
Yes, I didn't expect that to happen so fast. For those of you who haven't seen it, look it up. Boston Dynamics, the latest video. It's called Atlas doing parkour.
So
this
these
fucking
things
robot
look so heavy.
They are heavy. They're like fucking, I don't know how much they weigh, but they're not light at all. It's all like metal and batteries.
The way this thing is tiptoeing, he's doing parkour like he's as light as a feather.
Okay, this is what Elon Musk was talking about the other day. It's like the electric motors that we're developing, and they're developing, everybody in Silicon Valley, whatever, they're going to be so fast that this fucking things are going to be so fast that you're going to need a strobe light to see them move. Like, if they make them go that fast, if they go into that speed. Think about it. These electric motors can make a Tesla go 0 to 60 in less than a second. They're throttled back, you know, for safety reasons. But, like, look at RC cars, how fast they can go.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. That's mind-blowing. How much? I want to know how much it weighs. Here, keep talking. I want to know how much it weighs.
So I think they are so cute and the most adorable things in the world. And that if we do get taken over by robots, I could acclimate and let them know. But they're not programmed to think that way. I don't know if they'll be given, they'll probably like not be given human emotion whatsoever. But I love them so much. I think they are the most adorable things. I can't help it.
Okay, check this out. So it's 6 foot tall and it weighs 330 pounds.
Jesus. And they're so nimble.
Yeah. So if you think about it, 330 pounds, that's not that heavy for that thing, you know, considering it's like a huge piece of machinery.
Machine. Yeah.
So this brings me to the point. Oh, this is going to be a smooth segue too. How Bezos raised the what do you call it? The minimum wage to $15 an hour to make quote unquote everybody happy. Dude, total brilliant move. He's like, listen, guys, I'm gonna fucking bring the minimum wage up for now. It's gonna make everybody happy. Everybody get off my fucking back. We're already almost automated in our warehouses, and we're almost there. All these people are gonna be fired. It's only a matter of like a year or two. Sorry to break it to you guys, but you know, if you know somebody who's working in one of those warehouses, tell them to start looking for another job or to move up in the chain, because that's not going to last for much longer. I give it a year or two. That's what's going to happen.
I think he's one of the biggest assholes out there.
Absolutely. You know, you watch this video of him.
He took their bonuses away too. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, really, dude? Like
here, you can make a livable wage, but now we're going to take your bonuses, even though we're $1 billion company.
Try like trillions. He's worth billions. Personally.
Yeah.
That's different. I understand a company. I mean, you got to do the numbers. You got to see how many people work for the company, how much, because, you know, once you raise that, it's going to take away millions, maybe billions. I don't know how many people they employ, but dude, come on. Like, you're like the wealthiest person in the fucking world. Like, you can't even spend all that money even if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, give a little bit back, man. Really?
To the people who are making your company what it is.
And it's not like you're, well, this is the other thing. Like, you're not going to stop making money at this point. You always make money for the rest of your life. So, dude, give away an extra 10 or 20 mil a year. You got like billions with a B. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much shit do you need? Like, okay, what is it? Just so many numbers on the bank? Like,
yeah, like he has everything as it is. And then when he goes automated, he's not going to have to pay anybody wages. So that's going to be all profit aside from maintenance.
Yeah, so it's an investment to look good at the end of the day. Like, that's pretty much what you're paying for. Like, dude, when you're a billionaire like that, you're buying time. Like, you're not buying materialistic things. You're buying time. Like, instead of like, am I going to sit at Disney World for 2.5 hours? Fuck no. I'm going to pay to just walk into Disney World,
close it down,
fast pass, close it down, so I can go on every ride and get the fuck out of there, because my time is more valuable than the time I spent there. That's what you're buying at that point when you're that person. Look at Bill Gates. Bill Gates gives away his fucking money all the time. Exactly. And he's still rolling in dough. And he's, it's like,
and he's not leaving any fast enough. I don't think he's leaving any to his kids, is he?
He is. He's living like
a small portion. Small, like relatively speaking.
10 million. I think last time I checked, I think it was like 10 million each.
Poor kids. Might as well just cut him out of that will.
Dude, but think about it. How many football players or artists or whatever do you see that, they make way more than that, they burn right through it.
Exactly.
But it's different. They grew up with money, so they're not gonna go,
They're smarter about it.
Yeah. They
buy cars and clothes and watches and
I'm sure they're set when it comes to all that shit too. Like,
they've got financial advisors as it is, and
they got financial advisors.
They probably don't even need that 10 million.
No, I'm sure they have stocks in Microsoft. It's like, I'm sure they have jobs. They went to college. They're going to college, so I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fun, but I don't know, man. Give back a little bit. Like, I don't know what we do with that much money. It's like you only need.
Do you know how hard it is to spend that much money? Like spending $1 billion in a month, or even a month, like $1 million. It's hard.
Yeah, like the more money that I make, the less that I feel like I need to buy dumb shit with it. Does that make sense?
Same like here, exactly.
When I was broke, I wanted everything. I wanted Ferraris, Lamborghinis, like all this shit. Now with me, it's just like I just want to. Bills are paid, and I got money to go out and eat whatever the fuck I want. I can buy clothes. I have a nice car, nothing crazy. And I can go on a trip whenever the fuck I feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm happy. That's it. like,
and that's,
I don't need to show off materialistic bullshit. And I'm not wired that way. Like, I've changed completely. I'm not like that anymore. Like, I'm just about experiences. Like, I think it's living down here completely shifted my mindset when it comes to that shit, because here there's so much money. Like, I'm talking about like wealth, not like rich, but like fucking wealth.
Yeah.
And you see Lambos, Rolls Royces, Bentleys, Ferraris all over the fucking place. Like, you're not sticking out by buying one of those fucking cars, first of all. And two, it's like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't do it for me anymore. It's nice to look at, don't get me wrong, but for me to buy one, I have to be in like the fucking triple digits, and you know what I mean? Like, it would have to be like a drop in the bucket, like for me not to like flinch at it. And it's like, okay, whatever. But
and I get it, because I'm the same way now. I was just talking about this last weekend. Like, once you start getting money, like the goal when you don't have it or have as much is like, get it, spend it. I'm gonna floss. Like, I'm gonna have the designer bags, like my hair, my nails. I'm gonna have this badass car, everything. But when you have it, you're like, I want to save more of this. So it's like, spend smart. Like, you don't get rich by blowing your money on stupid shit. You don't stay rich by blowing your money.
No, the way I think that, it's like, oh, I remember when I was broke. I don't want to be broke again. That shit, I'm stashing this shit. It's like,
and things become less fulfilling, I think, because I just ordered my first Valentino bag. It came in the mail today, and I like the buildup was way more fun than receiving the bag. I was like, I opened it and I was disappointed. I was like, this isn't doing it for me. Like, I legit, I want to send this bag back and get something that I feel is going to be more fulfilling to me, because this isn't it.
Same way with me. Like, every time I get a new car, it's like getting a new car. When you get a new car that you're obsessed with, and you want your new car and you're super obsessed with your new car, and like, you get the car, you want to drive it everywhere every day, right? Because you want to get it out of your system. And then like after a month, it's like, okay. I mean, I love my car, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, I can get it. Like, I'm actually getting rid of it at the end of the month. The lease is up. I'm getting rid of it. I'm not even getting anything else. Like, I don't drive where I live. You know what I mean? It's like, no, it's like, whatever. I'll get another car eventually when I feel like it. But, I mean, I'm not going to live downtown for the rest of my life either.
Right.
So, at one point I have to get a car. But like, for what I do, where I go, I'm traveling constantly. When I'm here, like, Uber. Everything's walking distance, or if I go out drinking, I take Uber anyways, or I just walk, you know? So it's like, I don't care if I need groceries. Like, we go once a week. Nicole has her car, it's like, and she actually has to drive to an office, so of course she needs a car. But
right.
Or for some reason I need something, I can just Uber to the grocery store, which is literally blocks away. Or I can ride my bike, or I can just fucking order it at my door. Because like with the way I'm sitting in the car payment that I pay, yeah. Listen, it's the price of an apartment, so it's like I'm gonna be saving a lot of money a month. So it's like
mine just
ridiculous.
went up a little bit. I got a new car, and I'm not like the little fiasco. This part of me does feel materialistic a little bit. Because I want a G-Wagon so bad, like the brand new, like it's more than a house. Like I looked, minimum payment on a super basic G-Wagon is $2,100 a month. That's like the basic package. And obviously that's not in my plan right now. Maybe someday, but nothing will live up to it. And I got rid of a Mercedes to get a Volkswagen, which the Volkswagen is amazing. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go that far. It's a great car. I'm not in love with it yet, but it feels like, it's just like, I used to be so excited about getting new cars. And now I'm like, I'm grateful. That's for sure. But I'm not excited. I don't know. No. I feel broken.
To me, they're just like the only thing I don't know. It will have to be like something super different for me to get super excited about it. Like my friend just got a Tesla. He was been waiting for it forever, and then I drove it, and I can see why it was cool. But like anything else, it wears out. Yeah. Dude, I'm all about like now. I'm all about like having fun with friends. I'm all about having friends, going on trips, doing things, and just experiencing life. Yeah.
And so you said the build up. Go ahead.
The buildup is better than actually getting the things.
Exactly.
Like,
you always want what you can't have.
Exactly. And there's always something out there you're never gonna be able to afford. So it's like,
so just don't get any of it.
No, exactly.
Keep life exciting. Don't get what you want.
Blend in with the peasants.
Exactly. It's our form of community service.
It is. It really is. Take that for advice. I think we should call it. We've been talking for like over an hour, I think.
Me too. I have to pee so bad.
I can see it in your face. You're like doing the dance.
Like I am doing the dance a little bit.
You are. All right. Well, everybody, watch live. Thank you. And if you're listening on the podcast, thank you too. You should go on live and check it out. Thursdays at 8 Eastern. Well, that's what we shoot for. So if you're online, subscribe to the show so you can see us live. That's pretty much it. All right. Anything else you want to say? Shanon, say bye.
No, I really